In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a brand new Divi feature released today, May 16th, 2018. If you're watching this on not May 16th, it's still relevant because it still works. It's still a feature that exists in Divi. But this new feature allows you to copy individual styles from Divi elements to different elements. This feature is going to save you a whole bunch of time if you do a lot of client website work. I'm going to explain why in this tutorial, and I'm going to show you how it all works. And we're getting started right now. Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. It's Bjorn from WPLearningLab, where we help you get better at WordPress so you can earn more for yourself, for your clients, and for your business. If you haven't done so yet, and you like WordPress tips and tricks and hacks and latest WordPress information, click on the subscribe button now, and then click on the bell icon so you don't miss anything. And with that out of the way, let's check out this brand spanking new Divi feature. I'll see you in the screen capture. For a long time in Divi, you've been able to copy module settings to different modules. For example, if we scroll down a little bit here, I could create this module one time and then copy all the settings to the next module, next module, next module, next module, and that's great. But now with this recent update, you're able to copy individual style elements from pretty much any Divi module to other ones. What I mean by that is, I'll just give you an example of how you'd use this. If you've ever had a client that you built a website for, and you build the whole thing and they say, wow, it's a beautiful website, and you used a page builder just by chance instead of using CSS coding. And then the client says, hey, listen, I'd like you to change all the headlines to Times New Roman font. And then you say, okay, no problem. Then you go back to your office and you have to go to every single heading inside of your page builder and change it to Times New Roman manually, every single one. And that can take a whole lot of time. And if there's multiple things you have to change like that individually on a page-by-page basis, it can take a lot of time. And so back in the day, when you didn't have page builders, you'd use CSS. And you actually do that really quickly because the font heading style would be defined by just a handful of CSS rules. You quickly go in, update the CSS, all your updates are done. Now with page builders, although they've made life easier in a lot of ways, they've also made life harder in other ways, because they've taken the CSS away from the user, which means you don't have to learn the CSS, which is easier, but then making changes in mass on a website is harder. This Divi update is an attempt to make it easier again without learning the CSS. So for example, we have this heading here, easy navigation. I'm just going to go into the settings area and I'm going to change the text to be a different font. I'm going to use one that looks very different than the one we have, which is not that one. I'm going to find a different one. This one looks quite a bit different. Okay, so that font is very different. I'm also going to change the color to red. I'm going to change the size to very large and hit the check mark. Now, we want to copy this. This is what the client wants now. This is what we have on the site, these three over here. This new in red and big is what the client wants. So we made those changes. We can go to the text area where the changes are, to the text option here, right click on it and click on copy text styles. Then close out of here, hover over any other element, right click on it and click on paste text styles. And now we have our text styles right there. And we do it again. And we do it again. And now all the headings are updated. And that is way faster than going into each one individually and doing it manually. However, it's still not as fast as the plain CSS, but this is a step closer to making life even easier. And when you go into these settings, instead of any module in the design settings, any one of these can be copied. So if you're doing box shadow, spacing, and text or heading text, you can copy each of those individually, or you can copy them en masse by going out and right-clicking on here, clicking copy module styles. Then you copy all the styles. But if all you're doing is changing an individual one, like say just the spacing, then you can just right-click here and copy that individual style to any other place. And just because I use this on headings right here, or in a paragraph tag is actually what was updated, that can also work in places like down here. So if I click on paste text styles, we get that text pasting across different types of modules if they're compatible. And that is going to save a lot of time if you use Divi. If you don't use Divi, it doesn't save any time at all. But if you use Divi, they're one of the only ones, actually the only one that I know of, that allows you to copy individual styles like that from module to module, and it'll make your website adjusting after getting client feedback a whole lot faster, a whole lot easier, and a whole lot more stress-free. So that's how it works. It's an awesome feature. You do have to update your Divi theme or Divi builder if you haven't yet to see this new feature, and it is a huge time saver. If you haven't done so yet, consider clicking subscribe down below and click the bell icon so you don't miss anything. And with that out of the way, click one of these videos that popped up on the right-hand side so you can get even better at WordPress. And until next time, keep crushing it, and I will see you in the next video.